What? Okay. No, we'll move. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Yes, I want to remove. And that's it. Okay. Hey, everybody. Let me turn on my Instagram. Uh, Happy Monday, guys. It's another week. Okay. Let me go live on Instagram so we can get started. Okay. Wait, I gotta turn this around. Hello. Okay, here we go. Hello, friends. As you are coming on in to the room, please, just say hi in the comments so I can greet you personally. I'm gonna give you guys a few moments to gather on in. Hey, I have some guests tonight for you. Hello, Nisi sis. How you doing? Nice to see you. Um, my friends. So I am broadcasting from StreamYard and Instagram. StreamYard friends, I would love it if you would, just put something in the comments so I can greet you personally. We have a lot to cover tonight. I'm very excited about tonight's stories. Like I told you guys last week, I have joined a new network and I got some notes back. They gave me some tips on the broadcast. And we have some guests coming on to talk about the show. And you guys are also going to have an opportunity to come on and discuss some of the stories if you would like to. You're not obligated, but interaction is always encouraged. I'm seeing some new names and things. And hello, welcome. If this is your first time to my broadcast, you can see the title. Oh, let me put the title on Instagram as well. The title of this episode is Who's Getting Sued? For those of you that don't know, this is my weekly live stream where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. So using, today's headlines to teach you all those business concepts that you need to know, especially you creators and entrepreneurs out there. So as we're going to get started in about a minute, put your name or just say hi in the comments so I can greet you properly. My name is Natalie Pierre Lewis, as you can see at the bottom. I am the owner of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help creators and entrepreneurs set up their business paperwork so they can grow and scale with confidence. Things like getting your business registration, making sure you have contracts for clients and partners, protecting your intellectual property. That is a big thing these days. Your trademarks, your copyrights, helping you set up hiring and training policies, and much more. I am a licensed attorney, have been one for almost 2 decades now, with a passion for helping creatives and entrepreneurs. I always say that we are a country built on small business, but we don't teach everybody how to run a business. So that's what this show is about, while we entertain ourselves with celebrity gossip. Okay. So today we have stories about Kanye West, Dolla Sign, 2 Live Crew. That may be, that may be a little beyond some of y'all. Some of y'all might be a little young. What if you like fried chicken, we got a story for you. We got stories about Penn State. So if you are a Penn State fan, and do we have any Bravo fans in the house? Anybody a Bravo fan? Give me a B in the comments. We have stories about those and much, much more. But it is 7:05, so I want to officially get the show started. You do? Okay. Perfect. Nisi, I might need you to come on live. Okay. You might have to get on StreamYard with us today. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to uh Who's Getting Sued by NPL Legal Dish. This is my weekly live stream where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. Not everybody wants to go to law school or to business school, but a lot of people, especially these days, have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful in business, there are certain, business concepts and legal concepts that you need to know. There's no way around it. So that is what this show is about. It's using the headlines to teach you those business concepts that you need to know. So, how to protect your intellectual property, meaning your trademarks, like your business name, how to not infringe on someone else's business name so you don't get sued, making sure that you know how to register your business properly, making sure you have your EIN numbers and DUNS numbers and that you have all your contract templates. So we use today's headlines to kind of what do you call that, um, to bring home the message. Okay. And today we are going to have some guests with us on the show just to make it a little more interactive. They will be on in a few minutes. But before they come on, I'm going to share the weekly tip with you guys. All right. Every show, at the beginning of every show, I am going to share a business tip that you should know that is vital to your business. Last week, we talked about the difference between resident agents and a virtual address. Well, this week I am letting you guys know, anybody who is interested in trademarking their, oh, here's one of my guests now. Jay, give me just one moment. Anybody who is interested in trademarking your business name, right? In the past, the USPTO, meaning the US Patent and Trade Office, they gave you two options. You had the standard application that costs $350, where you could, within one class of goods, register for multiple subclasses. And then you had the special application where if you were just like, I just have this one tiny thing I want to trademark and that's it, they would let you trademark for, they would let you, wait, having force never is about people you don't even know. These people, you all this voting. What? Okay. And what was I saying? Hold on. I lost my train of thought. D Johnson, I'm going to get to your comment momentarily. Oh yes, so we were talking about trademark fees. Yes, they used to have a reduced application if you just had one class of goods you wanted to do. Well, starting in 2025 in January, they are eliminating the discounted. They're eliminating the discounted application, so it's only going to be one application. There's and it's going to be $350. There's not going to be any exceptions. So if you have an item that you want to trademark and it's just one class of goods, you're not trying to do multiple, I would suggest you get your application in before the end of the year. Okay. If you need help with that, you can definitely hit me up for help with that. My email is right in the that comment bar thing. I don't know what you call it. The banner. And you can email me and we can set up a free consultation. Okay. So I'm going to let in my first guest, Janae. Janae, you ready? You ready, girl? All right. How do I, wait. Okay. Add to stage. Hello, Janae. Hi.
Hey, Nelly.
Hi. Janae, can you please introduce yourself to the audience? Let them know who you are, how we know each other, and why they should know you.
Hello. Well, I am Jay with the Mason Jar. I promote mental health and wellness through plant medicine consumption. I am a chef, a doula, a farmer, and herbalist. And I just encompass all that into all that I offer to the community.
Hmm.
And I met Miss Natalie through Canna Cape Cod, a booming bed and breakfast in the DMV area. So that's how we connected, and we've been tight like glue ever since.
Very much so. So, guys, if you're in the DMV area and you are looking for hearty soups or wellness salads, or you're looking for doula services, the mason jar. She is all about, whole wellness. All right. Okay. So, Janae, while we wait for Nicole to come on, I want to start our first story tonight. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Janae, are you a fan of Kanye West?
Yes, I'm a fan of old Kanye.
Oh,
If that
Kanye.
makes
Okay.
yeah.
Have you listened to any of Kanye's new stuff lately? And those of you in the comments can comment as well. Let me know if you are a Kanye West fan while I
Yeah,
read
that's
these
why I
comments.
cannot see the comments. So if you
You
guys
can't you can't okay. Let me look at the so I have a comment from D Johnson 3. He says he was right, y'all. People that do YouTube, y'all be having force. Never. It is about people. D Johnson, I don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna have to redo your message, please. Hi, Annetta Moore. Very happy to have you on the broadcast. Okay, so Janae said that she is a Kanye fan. If we have any other Kanye fans, whether you're an old Kanye fan, new Kanye fan, whatever era, give me a K in the comments. Janae, are you a Ty Dolla Sign fan?
mm, not really.
Not
Not
really.
I
Yeah.
can't say that. I mean, I've heard his music mainstream, but nothing.
I feel like his music is okay. It doesn't move me, but it's all right. I also
Right.
thought he was at least 10 years younger than me. This man's 42 years old.
42.
Yeah.
I did not think that. I would not have thought that.
Yeah, I thought he was in his 30s.
42. Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, what I also didn't know is that Ty Dolla Sign and Kanye West have formed a hip hop duo, the name of which is basically it's symbols. It's the yen symbol and the dollar sign symbol. So I guess the yen symbol is for yay, and the
Uh,
dollar sign symbol is for Ty Dolla Sign. So
okay.
that's their group. And they released an album apparently called Vultures One. Has anybody heard of the album called Vultures One? Anybody? Let me know in the comments, okay? Now, on this album, there is a song called FUCK some. All right. I'm not going to say the word because I want to keep this show clean so you can, show it to your children. But there is a song on the Vultures One album called FUCK some, right? And Kanye and Ty Dolla Sign released it, and I'm sure it did well in that camp because, they both have a lot of fans. I don't even know what this song is, right? However, there are three rappers in Memphis who apparently are very familiar with this song because they are currently oh, are you kidding? I got to put my phone on do not disturb. Ooh, okay. Sorry Instagram. Okay. So yes. So they released this song FUK some and three Memphis rappers by the name of Criminal Maine, DJ Squeaky and Kilo G are currently suing Kanye and Ty Dolla Sign because they said that on this song FUCK some Kanye and Ty Dolla Sign used samples of their work and did not get their permission. Oh, you on the Instagram too? Now these three rappers, they they released a song called "Drink a Yak" Part 2. It was released on YouTube 9 years ago. Right now, at a certain point, they were in talks with Kanye and Ty Dolla Sign so that they could use the sample for the song FUCK something. So, they were talking to lawyers, they were going back and forth. But then, in true Kanye fashion, something happened and Kanye fired his whole legal team, right? So, talks got interrupted. Hired some new lawyers, started talking again. Kanye fired the lawyers again. No lawyers now. So there's no one to discuss this contract with. So the negotiations basically just fell apart, and Kanye and Ty Dolla Sign used the sample anyway without proper clearance. So now these three Memphis rappers are suing Kanye and Ty Dolla Sign for copyright infringement. So what I want to know from you guys is, one, do you think that this was just a case of, it slipped their minds because, things were happening. I don't know why Kanye was changing legal teams so much, but do you think that this is just an issue that fell through the cracks, or were they just like, you know what? But what are they going to do? Sue us? We're just going to release the song and deal with the aftermath later. So I want to know your opinion, people in the audience, and you, Janae. Let me know what you think.
So, for one, you lost me at the rappers' names, the three guys.
Okay.
So from there, I was automatically assuming like, oh, they just didn't pay them no mind because they probably were like some small time rappers.
They were small time rappers, but
Right.
that's where a lot of these big hip hop artists make out like bandits. They approach these smaller rappers and then they either outright steal their work or, give them some kind of crappy deal. And then because they think that these rappers are so small, and sometimes because they don't have the money to pursue it,
Right.
the big rappers
That's
get away with it.
right. So
Right?
that's what I was thinking at first. But then when you mentioned that they eventually talked to them and this was in the works, then it's like, okay, they were just shysty at this point. Because I see if they heard the song somewhere and said, oh, well, let's, make that mainstream, then again, that still would have been wrong. But for them to actually have already talked to them about it,
Mm-hmm.
that's really like a low blow. So they're wrong
So,
regardless.
So do you think that these three Memphis rappers, they deserve a cut of whatever Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign made off of this song?
Yeah, if it's associated with what they talked about, I believe so because they've already talked about it. So that means that Kanye and Ty Dolla Sign already knows that they have some influence on this record.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to be provided with some type of, um, yeah,
Compensation?
recognition.
Okay, but let's play devil's advocate, right? So I'm pretty well, actually, no, I can't because Kanye, he's the producer. He likes mixing all this stuff. So he absolutely knows, what's going into the song. So I can't see any way around this other than him gonna have to end up paying some money. I don't know how well this album with Ty Dolla $ign did. I have not kept
That's
up
another
with
thing.
yeah,
Right.
I haven't kept up with them, but I know that Kanye has a very strong cult following, you know? So, who knows? He might have made good money off of this. And who knows if the song gets licensed somewhere else, and make more money off of it. Right?
Right.
So, I hope these three Memphis rappers get what's due to them. But why I picked this story is because this shows why it's important to have your work copyrighted, right? If these three rappers did not have their paperwork in order, they would have had an uphill battle to fight against this megastar Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign, right? By having their copyrights in order, it's already been established that this song is theirs. So now they just have to say, hey, our rights were infringed. We want damages. And what people don't understand, or what some people may forget or not know, is that sometimes you can get what is called you can get now treble damages when it comes to infringement. If you can prove that someone willfully infringed on your intellectual property, like you told them, hey, this is mine, please stop, and they were like, what you gonna do about it, you can get like 2 to 3 times what you actually lost in damages. So it's really important to have your intellectual property in order, especially if you are an up and coming artist in any avenue. All right. So do we understand that concept,
So,
Janae?
question.
Yes.
So, if there's a situation where, so what is it called when it's like it's not copywritten, but it's on record that it's yours or that you did it first? What is that called?
Well, no. There used to be the idea of the poor man's copyright, where if you created something, you would mail it to yourself, and that would kind of serve as a record that you created it. That does not exist anymore because in our new world, there are so many creatives out here, and
Mhm.
everything is accessible. So now, if you don't have a legal copyright that is established with the Copyright Office, the court is not even going to talk to you until you can prove that it's yours.
Wow.
And It's not that expensive, guys. If you are an author or an artist, it only costs about $65 to copyright your intellectual property. So you don't let $65, rob you of millions because you were trying to play the cheap game. All right. It $65 can get you in a space where if somebody takes your work, you be like, run me my 3 million. I think that's $65 well spent. But
Is the copyright and trademark are not the same thing, right?
Copyright and trademark are not the same thing. A trademark protects your business name, like your business logo, your business name. So think the Gap, think McDonald's, the Golden Arches, the name Beyonce, things like that. Names that when you think of that name, when you think of that logo, you automatically know what company it belongs to. That is a trademark. Now, when you're talking about copyrights protect your what you create in your mind. So if you're an artist, whatever medium you use, if you are a writer, if you are a musician, if you are a choreographer, you can not trade, but you can copyright those things. So thank you for asking that question. There is a very big distinction between copyright and trademark. And if you look on my Instagram page, I have one of my first two pinned posts gives you the differences between them. Okay. All right. So cool. Can we move on to we talk about? Oh no, shoot. I forgot. I want to move on to the next story because this is an update. Janae, you were last here. Were you here last week when we talked about Plies and Soulja Boy?
Yes.
Okay. So we talked about how Plies is trying to sue Soulja Boy, Megan Thee Stallion, and Glorilla over the beat for Wannabe and Pretty Boy Swag, which came out in 2010, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were all like, why did Plies wait so long? And if he's suing, he's gonna have to go back and sue Soulja Boy. Like, did he even create the beat? Well, there's been an update to that. Plies wasn't even the original, did not create the beat. And not only did he not create the beat, he wasn't the first one to use it. The beat that Plies used for Me and My Goons, which was subsequently used for Pretty Boy Swag and Wannabe, was originally used by Lil Will on the song My Dougie. My Dougie.
Yeah. Okay.
Now that song was released December of 2007, just on Christmas Day 2007. My Dougie was released. Plies released Me and My Goons in December of 2008. So My Dougie is a year older than Me and My Goons. So Plies, what's going on? Is Lil Will gonna come after you? And you did not create that beat because you had to steal it from them. So what I want to hear from Lil Will. Who made that beat, Lil Will? Because when you listen to My Dougie, it's sped up. So they slowed it down for Me and My Goons and the subsequent songs. But I want to know from Lil Will who created that beat for My Dougie. And are you gonna now go after Plies for Me and My Goons?
Right.
And for those of you, if you didn't know, Soulja Boy did respond to Plies about this lawsuit.
What did he say?
I'm not going to play it on here because it's full of expletives. But if you go on the Neighborhood Talk Instagram, they have it. It's like 4 or 5 slides. He called Plies broke. He said, "What's wrong with you? That song is 10 years old. You ain't even make the beat." Basically everything we said here.
Right.
All right. So I don't think Plies' lawsuit is going to go anywhere. But we do wish him well. He's like that uncle that come half drunk to the Thanksgiving dinner. And just start spouting off stuff. We love Plies still.
Yeah, but he ain't getting nothing from that.
Yeah, he's not getting no money. He's not getting no money.
Right.
For those of you who are watching, you have just come in. You are watching Who's Getting Sued? Brought to you by NPL Legal Dish. I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis, the host, and I have my guest host, Jay from the Mason Jar. We have gone through 2 of our stories so far, but we are staying in the music lane with 2 Live Crew. Okay. Janae, can you name me a song by Two Live Crew?
Let me Google real quick.
Hello, Candy Kid Con DC.
I didn't do my homework.
All
Spit
right.
me one out.
Okay. It's okay. Anybody watching on the StreamYard, Instagram,
Let's see who's
give
Two
me a
Live.
song by Two. What you say?
I said, let me see who's Two Live Crew.
Uncle Luke.
Oh wait.
Yeah. Give me a song by Two Live Crew. Okay. Now, if you didn't know, Two Live Crew has been at the center of a lot of free speech lawsuits that have gone up to the Supreme Court. Oh yeah, she is young. Janae, you young. That's why you don't know Uncle Luke. Uncle, like they testified in front of Congress. Uncle Luke is still fighting for free speech, that whole thing, right? But as with many groups that came up in the 90s and early 2000s with hip hop, a lot of them weren't necessarily financially savvy, and at some point during their career, Two Live Crew had filed for bankruptcy, and they lost the rights to their entire catalog. Okay. Now, when you are a musical artist, right? If you, let's say you sign the rights or the recording or the distribution rights of your catalog away, whoever has that contract, they can have it for up to 35 years, and then you can get it back, right? Two Live Crew lost their copyrights in a bankruptcy discharge, and their catalog was purchased by a record company or a record label called Lil Joe Records. So basically, since that bankruptcy, when Lil Joe Records purchased their catalog, Lil Joe Records has been making the money off of Two Live Crew's music.
Okay.
But recently, Two Live Crew went back and said, hey, it's been 35 years. I don't care if we lost it in bankruptcy. We're supposed to get our copyrights back. So, and the court actually sided with Two Live Crew. So they have had their copyrights restored to them. So now they can get royalties off of their music. Now, maybe not too many people are checking for Two Live Crew in this day and age, but reunion tours are a thing. And I don't know. Has Two Live Crew even been touring? We don't know if they could even tour because they didn't own their catalog. But now that they have their catalog back, they can go and do reunion tours. Hello from Tampa, Michael Randolph. They can go and do reunion tours and make money off of those performances, and maybe release, a 30-year anniversary Two Live Crew, whatever, double box set, whatever you want to call it, and make some money off that music. So again, this is the power of copyrights, right?
That's Two Live Crew?
Yeah, that's Two Live Crew.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go to that show.
Yes. So understand that when in the Copyrights Act there is a termination clause. So if somebody, this also happened to Anita Baker. Anita Baker, she was working with a company. They had the rights to her music, and around the 35-year mark, she wanted the rights back, and they were like, "Well, we don't want to give them." And she told everybody, "Stop streaming my music because these people won't give me my rights, my copyrights back."
Right.
So she had a little legal battle, and for some, I don't know what it is, but men in hip hop love Anita Baker, and they helped her get the rights to her music back. So now Anita Baker is able to make music to make money off of her music by herself. She doesn't have to go through a third party. So copyrights are very lucrative and very important when you are a creative. Okay. All right. Okay. So, any questions about that, Janae?
No, I'm learning a lot.
Yay!
I'm trying to think of something I can copyright.
Okay. All right. Now, this story is for my Bravo fans. Janae, do you watch Bravo at all?
Not no more, but I used to. I'm hip a little bit.
Okay. All right. I mean, we've all watched at least a few seasons of Real Housewives.
Yeah, Real Housewives. Yeah, I don't watch it anymore, but yeah.
Yeah, I stopped. I want to say I stopped watching Housewives of Atlanta around season 6. The Wi-Fi is out. Okay, it's all right, Ken. All right, guys, we were supposed to have 2 guests. We have one this week on StreamYard. Ken and Cape Cod, I can bring you up on Instagram if you would like. If there's a story that you are into, I would still like you to participate, and Janae can hear you too. But it's up to you. Okay. For my Bravo fans, right? You know that there are distinctive, what do you call them? There are distinctive songs and sounds when it comes to a Real Housewives show, right? Like for certain characters, they have a few keys they'll play. If somebody's being sneaky, they'll play something different. Well, there is actually okay. If you want to come on Instagram, send me a thing. What you call that thing? A request. If you didn't know, Bravo Network has a composer who makes all of those sounds for the Bravo shows. So, and his name is Alan Lazar, Lazar, and he actually has a website where he lists all of the sounds and songs that he has created for Bravo. Here's where the problem is for Alan. Amazon Studios or Amazon Video, because you can watch things through Amazon Prime Video.
Right.
You are able to, for a fee, rent or buy episodes from Bravo shows on Amazon Prime. Now, within that agreement, this composer, Alan Lazar, he is supposed to be paid for each theme song, for each, sound, any little musical sound you see on any episode that you purchase or rent from Amazon. Alan is supposed to get paid. Alan has not been getting paid. Amazon owes Alan a bunch of money. Now, I want you to think about an episode of Housewives. Think about how long the episode is. Think about how many times in the episode you hear any kind of music in the background, the beginning, the end, whatever. All of that was created by Alan. So Alan, they got to run Alan a bunch of money, I would think.
But who does Amazon pay Bravo, and is it Bravo's responsibility to pay Alan?
No, because they have a separate agreement for the music. So when you're talking about a video production, you have to not only license the video, the content, you have to license the music.
Right.
You have to license all of that. And this composer, he was supposed to get royalties for every time they played it. He was supposed to get 2 types of copyright royalties, a mechanical one and a performance one. And he ain't getting nothing. So he is currently the score. Yes. He scores the Housewives. Like, how they score a movie, he scores the Housewives. And Amazon Music has not been paying him his money. Now, how many of you guys have an Amazon Prime Video account? And I know how much it costs because I used to have it. It's like $12.99 a month, right, Janae?
Mm-hmm.
So Alan's supposed to be getting a cut of that, and Amazon hasn't been giving him his cut of your $12.99.
What?
Yes.
He has made music for a lot of people.
Yes. If just look up Alan Lazar, Lazar, and look at the amount of work he has created for the Bravo network. And then think about how many people love Bravo, how many of them have possibly rented or purchased an episode from Amazon, and he was supposed to get some money, and they ain't give him no money.
What?
Run me my change, Amazon. I know you got them $12.99 a month subscribers, and I know you got them Prime member subscribers.
See, this is the type of rich I need to be, because he is probably in the cut sitting on stacks.
Right, and we don't know what he even looked like, but you know what we do know? He got his copyrights together, and he can get his money. So again, this is the power of copyright. Alan Lazar don't have to be in front of no cameras.
Right.
Alan Lazar could be living in a hole under the ground, but because he has his copyrights in order, he can get his money all the way in that hole in the ground.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you have got to make sure, if you are going to put your work out here in the world and you want to get paid for it, please make sure that your intellectual property is in order. Okay. All right. So we're going to step away from copyrights for a little bit. Janae, do you have any questions before we move on to the next story?
No, I'm baffled.
Okay. All right. So we're going to move away from copyrights. We've been talking about that for a long while. Copyright law we're going to talk about it a lot because it's constantly evolving in this day and age, and especially with AI. Oh, I think we got Nicole Butler on here.
Uh-oh.
I think she on here. She may not be on video, but she may be able to come on and
How does it work?
Nicole, you in here? Okay. Oh yeah, she's in here.
Hey.
Hey. All right. Okay, before we get into this next story, Nicole, can you please introduce yourself to the audience? Let them know how I know you and why they should know you.
I am Nicole Butler, the owner operator of Canna Cape Cod DC and the author of the 6-Star System. We are a all-inclusive cannabis-based bed and breakfast on the East Coast, right here in Washington DC. And Natalie is our premier small business attorney. She has set up all of our LLCs, copyrights, got us registered trademarks, everything that Canna Cape Cod DC and the Lucille Verde brand needs. Natalie has provided. So I am honored to be here on her show because she is the truth. She knows what she's talking about.
Thanks. So, guys, if you're looking for, a nice little getaway on the East Coast where you don't have to worry about nothing, just come with your bags and lay down. Check out DC, okay? Nicole,
That's right.
You put,
That's right.
your at in the banner with your name so people can follow you on social media.
I sure will. Let me see.
Okay, so while you do that, we're gonna start on our trademark story for tonight.
Hey, Janae.
Hi,
All right. So ladies, when was the last time y'all ate at KFC?
Oh God. Like the 90s. And it was horrible, and I said it was gonna be the last time.
Okay. Janae, what about you?
I worked at KFC in high school.
Okay. All right. So Janae, as a former employee of KFC, did you know that KFC has the phrase original recipe trademarked?
Right. No, I didn't know they had a trademark, but okay, I knew that was their little tagline.
Yes.
Okay.
So KFC has had the trademark for original recipe since 1984. Okay. Now I've always heard them say original recipe in the commercial. I just didn't realize it was a trademark term until recently.
I wouldn't even think it was trademarkable. Yeah. It seems so bland and generic.
So if I say my seasoning is an original recipe, I would
watch your back.
Well, we would have to see what its trademark is. Is it only for fast food chicken, or is it for wellness salads and hearty soups?
What?
Okay,
please tell us more.
Anyway, so okay, so we know KFC. Have you guys ever been to a Church's Texas Chicken?
No.
Yes.
Okay, Nicole.
Absolutely. Well, I'm from the South.
I didn't know that. I knew there was a Church's Chicken. I didn't know there was a Church's Texas Chicken. Is there a difference?
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even hear the Texas part. I was just thinking churches.
No, there's apparently there's a
church. If it's specifically for Texas, no, I have not.
Okay. Janae, you either?
No.
Okay. So recently Church's Texas Chicken has been running advertisements saying our original recipe is back. Church's Texas Chicken. What do they sell? Fried chicken. What does KFC sell? Fried chicken, right? So
The jury's still out on fried.
for the sake
Extra
of
crispy.
argument, let's
Extra
say
crispy.
it's fried chicken.
Maybe air
Okay?
fried, but it ain't no Popeyes.
Yeah.
It's extra crispy. It's extra crispy.
Friends in the comments, please let me know if you've ever had a Church's Texas chicken. Let me know if it's good or not. Okay, so KFC is coming after Church's Texas chicken for using the phrase original recipe in their advertising. They sent them a cease and desist. Church's Texas chicken ate it and said, "Our original recipe is back, girl." So now this is at a time when KFC they have reported slow sales. They have reported their third consecutive quarter of profit losses. So KFC is not doing well out here in these fried chicken streets, right? So
Right.
if we ain't got the people coming into the restaurant, let's see if we can get some money another way, right? So they are coming after Church's Texas chicken for their advertisement where they say our original recipe is back. Do you think that KFC has a dog in this fight, or are they doing too much right now?
They're doing too much.
You think they're
You
doing
know
too
what?
much?
Honestly, I blame the USPTO on this one for issuing a trademark for such a generic phrase. Like,
Yeah.
original recipe, that's literally every company starts with what is their original formula or original recipe. Like, I just can't even believe that was trademarked.
Okay, but we are also in an age where trademark applications have quintupled, right? Everybody wants a trademark these days. In the 80s, nobody really was talking about branding and trademarking till we
True.
got to the social media age where everybody is a brand builder. When you're in the 80s and there wasn't no social media, wasn't really a whole lot of internet, not a whole lot of people were running to the USPTO.
That's true. That's
You know,
true.
so
Okay.
there was probably
I think Church's chicken had the best shot at suing these Texas people. I don't really think KFC is going to succeed at this one, because honestly, all they have to do is come in there with a list of 150 other companies that have used the original recipe on their menu somewhere. Like, I can't believe that's
but
not a
are
common
they
phrase.
all fast food fried chicken chains? This is where it matters. Your trademark doesn't give you domain over the phrase indefinitely, just in your category. That's why you can have
That's true.
Dove soap and Dove chocolate, because they're two different things, right?
Absolutely. Okay.
So
I still think KFC is wasting their time.
Okay. Question.
okay.
And mainly because they're nasty. If Popeyes was suing them, I would say Popeyes was going to win. But since it's KFC, hell no.
Okay, all right, okay.
So, because I was going to ask you this earlier.
Yes.
So, for the case of the mason jar,
Okay.
Nicole, would you think that would be something that I can trademark? Because the mason jar is the mason jar.
It's possible. I mean, I'm not going to get into specifics here, but if you do it right, if you make it distinctive enough, yes. I had a client who we were trademarking a phrase that the trademark office at the first time they said that it was generic, but we were able to show that here is how we're going to use it, here's how it's going to look, here's what we're using it for. And we were able to get it into the supplemental register, where that's not the main register, but it's still trademarked. And over time, it can acquire distinctiveness. So another lesson for you guys, if you're applying for a trademark, if the USPTO tells you no the first time, that's not the end of it. You can appeal it, and you can appeal it many times. Lizzo had to appeal 7 times before she got 100% that bitch as a trademark. So it's when they say no, that's not the final answer, right?
Okay.
Yes. So
Yes, I'm in the process of a trademark appeal as we speak, right, Natalie?
yes. So when you're thinking about your trademarks, you're going to be trademarking right in your little pocket. And the more distinctive you make it, the more niche you make your pocket, the more unique you make your trademark, the better chance you have at getting it approved. Okay? All right. Any questions? Any questions?
But then the worst chance you have of suing people that use it.
Huh?
Right.
I said, but the more niche it is, the worst chance you have of suing other people that try to use it in other arenas.
True. True.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, at this point, ain't nobody gonna be able to use it because
No, literally, I found a designer bag online the other day that was the Lucille Verde collection, and I sent it to Natalie and was like, "Is this my big break?" And she's like, "No."
because it's two different categories. You have Lucille Verde for health and wellness. They have Lucille Verde for handbags. Those are two separate areas, right?
Well, as long as they don't come after me.
Hey,
right. That part.
long as you don't start selling tote bags, girl.
So okay, but then how would that work if she started to sell merch?
Well, this company is selling designer handbags. She's selling merch to support her brand.
Right. Okay.
Right. And it's not handbags. Are you planning on making handbags?
No. But what if I did?
Well, that would be different.
Okay.
Then we'd have to be like, okay, girl.
Okay, I won't. I won't. No, I won't.
Right?
I was just saying,
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry with my interruptions.
No, the interruptions are needed. The interruptions are what cause cases. Whenever you see a case come up, when it comes, it's because there is a question. There's an interruption. They're like, "Hey, I thought the rule was da da da." That's what is happening.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay. So, are we good? So, what's the verdict on KFC versus Purchase?
They just need to give it up.
Yeah, go to hell. Go to hell, KFC. Take your 11 herbs and spices.
Y'all gonna do KFC like that?
I'm sorry, but
look, Popeyes tastes better with salt, pepper, paprika, and garlic powder.
Wow. Okay.
That's the 8 spices they missing.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Moving on to our next story about trademark. Ladies, when you hear Sweden, what do you think of?
Peace.
The country?
Okay, the country. What about the country? What do you
just
what
peaceful?
else?
I just think very peaceful.
Sweden?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You been before?
No, I'm asking you, what do you think of when you hear the word Sweden?
Oh, I just know that it's somewhere to go. I've never been.
Okay.
That's what I'm asking. How do Code know it's peaceful?
No, I've just always heard that they don't have any enemies.
Yeah, they're like, well, they're not. No, that's Switzerland.
Oh, wait, shit.
Oh, let's Google.
Who done declared war on Sweden?
Nobody.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So do you think of New York when you think of Sweden?
No.
Do you think of Maine?
No.
Do you think of Indonesia?
Absolutely not.
Well, apparently the Swedish are very concerned that people are going to confuse their country. Hello, Raina Mac. That they are concerned that people are going to confuse their country with some other locations that happen to have Sweden in the name. So Sweden is currently trying to trademark the name of their country.
Nah.
What do y'all think about that?
Nah, I heard of it's this. No,
because they don't want the idea of Sweden to be diluted. They're like, we've got really great flatlands and things like that, and there's a place called Sweden, New York. There is a city called Sweden, New York, a city called New Sweden, Maine. Hi, Live Like G. And there is an Indonesian island that happens to be named Sweden. And Sweden is afraid that because of these 3 places that people are going to forget what Sweden really is. So they are trying to trademark their country name. What do y'all think about
booking a flight to Sweden and landing in New York, says.
I thought this was supposed to take 11 hours. This is like 45 minutes.
I don't think Sweden has anything to worry about. But
Is that even possible?
I
Right? Is
don't
that
know.
even
They're
possible?
trying. They're trying. And you know what I said when I read this? I said this because they ain't got no problems. They got a good economy.
That's what it is. They looking for
So,
trouble.
Yes.
So what
but
is
but
any
for
country? Is the name of any country trademarked?
Um. Not that I know of.
So they want to set a precedence with this. Is
Yeah.
first of all, is Sweden everywhere? Like you know how Mexico is
that,
Mexico. Does everybody say Sweden?
No.
Okay.
But and that's the thing. I'm when you have a trademark, you are, I guess maybe they're trying to trademark it in terms of tourism. Maybe that's the only thing I could see, because when you have a trademark, your trademark is supposed to represent your brand, something that you're selling. What are you selling, Sweden?
okay, question. You're the professional. So I'm doing research over here.
Mm-hmm.
So for one, Sweden does have enemies. So for the sake of the argument, every like they have enemies, so it's nothing to protect really because you're just like every other country. It is Switzerland that does not have enemies. So Switzerland,
Switzerland is
maybe.
right. Okay.
Right,
Switzerland is the land of peace.
right. Also, I just Google are there any name of country that is trademarked, and it shows like Fiji because of the water, and
Mm-hmm.
Iceland, which is a supermarket chain.
Okay.
So, like you said, if they're not selling it, like if a supermarket comes out and calls themselves Sweden,
Right.
they would have a better chance at trademarking the name Sweden than the actually country would,
Right.
right?
Yeah. I mean, I totally see. I like. I buy Fiji water, and what you say? Iceland is a what?
Iceland is a supermarket chain.
Okay,
Hmm.
and those are perfectly legitimate. I don't know what Sweden is trying to put in the stores. What you trying to do? Are you trying? You
Yeah,
got idea?
that's
You got idea?
yeah.
What more you want?
All they selling is a
Cause
drink.
they got chocolate, they got cheese. Um
Swedish fish.
maybe they're gonna do a chocolate cheese fish store and call it Sweden things.
Mm,
But y'all in the audience, let me know, what do you think Sweden can do with this trademark? What other than, I don't know, maybe using it for tourism? But I mean, that would
nothing.
mean any country that offers tourism should try and trademark their name.
Right.
Yeah,
Do your thing,
that's
Jamaica. Do your thing.
right. That's it. Yeah, that seems a little, but it got to start somewhere. Maybe
Right.
Sweden is going to be the first country to get trademarked. I don't know, but I don't. I feel like when I visit places, well, first of all, DC, you see all types of different names and stuff on streets and stuff that belong to other things. Like that's kind of like the charm of the city is that it references, other places. So I don't know. I feel like it's more of like a paying homage to Sweden than like stealing their name. Hopefully,
Yeah,
it's
like,
peaceful neighborhoods and not like crime infested neighborhoods.
yeah, and it's like, I mean, you're not the only country that has cities that name themselves after you.
Yeah.
Right. This is what I'm saying. It's common. It's
And they're not
you
the only
know.
place with nice scenery and flat land and like it's nothing to preserve. That's what I'm saying.
We
Like
got flatlands over here, Sweden. What? What's up? What's
right.
up, Sweden? What's up, Minsk?
Y'all don't want it with the Swedes.
Yeah, they be tall and like real blonde and strong.
Are they like Vikings or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
let's see what Sweden look like. What do
Um,
Sweden's people look like?
okay.
Is
Um,
it Swedish? Yeah.
moving on to another country, Ukraine.
Okay.
You know, look, I'm gonna keep my thoughts about Ukraine to myself because all this money we sending over there. But Ukraine tried to, peace to the people in Ukraine. I sympathize with having your country invaded. During the Russian invasion of Ukraine, there was a battle between Ukrainian battleships and Russian ships, and before a Ukraine ship was destroyed by a Russian ship, there was a recording. The people on the ship, they said over the walkie thing, they were like, Russian battleship, F you. And then the Russian battleship bombed them and they died. So Ukraine tried to trademark that phrase, Russian battleship, F you. They have since lost that trademark battle. I don't know what they were. I guess maybe they were going to sell merch or whatever. But they tried to trademark the phrase. While we can sympathize with the situation that's going over there, do you think that it was a wise decision to try to trademark this phrase?
No.
Why?
Because why are they worried about it? Like this just shows the ignorance of the world. Because like, why are you worried about trademarking that when people have lost their life? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not trying to go that way, but it's like you said, what are you trademarking it for? You're gonna make merch out of this? Like, what is the point of it? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's such a tragedy.
Yeah.
Like what if it's something that's sponsored by the government where they're like, we're going to sell this merch and use it to, raise funds for our military so we can fight the Russians?
Please.
I just think it's in poor taste.
Okay.
But I mean, if they are willing to own, I feel like it would be like it's the same as like not being able to trademark a derogatory, something like someone couldn't trademark something with the N-word, could
Yes,
they?
you can. Yes, you can.
Oh.
Well, at least in the United States, our Supreme Court ruled.
Well, no, I meant the hard R.
Huh?
You can do the hard R?
You can. It depends on what it's for, but the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that you can trademark words that are offensive. There was a trademark case. This Asian music group wanted to call themselves the Slants, and there was opposition to it. They filed a trademark application. They fought a battle. They won. There's a guy. He has a clothing line. Mom, if you watch, I am just saying this because it's the name, not because I'm being nasty on the internet. He has a clothing line named Fucked. And originally they denied him because they said it's obscene, it's and it's essentially not nice. And the Supreme Court said, who cares if it's not nice? That's the whole point. It's something distinctive. So you can trademark offensive things.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. Like, is the saying, like, for example, I can't breathe, is that trademarked?
Let me look. Guys, if you didn't know, you can look up on the USPTO has a tool where you can look to see if something is trademarked already. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Okay, this is just a side note while you're doing that research.
Yes.
Say I want to, print some t-shirts that say anything. Let's just say, Bing Bong. Okay. I want to copyright Bing Bong and I say I want to put it on t-shirts and the USPTO says, no, absolutely not. For whatever reason, you can't do that. Is it okay for me to go ahead and do, but not because somebody else has it, just because you can't and nobody can, not for that reason. Is it okay for me to still print my shirts even though I don't have the trademark if I prove that nobody else does either?
Yeah, I mean, you can print your shirt when you are. It's not about what's on the front of the shirt. It's about the tag. So if you're trying to trademark a clothing line, the USPTO is going to ask you to submit specimens. So if it's a t-shirt, they don't want to see a t-shirt with a design on the front. They want to see a t-shirt with tags and what the tags say. Right? Because that's the brand, not the design on the shirt.
Gotcha.
Now the design on the shirt, depending on what it is, if it's something you drew, that's something you can copyright because it would be a work of art.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I can't breathe appears to be trademarked.
I'm looking at it right now. All of the applications are abandoned.
Dead or abandoned? Okay,
Yeah.
so I see that too.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
That means That means that what probably happened was they tried to trademark it for something. The USPTO said no, and they never responded back to the USPTO. So that's what happens when you don't respond to the USPTO after they, send you notification. If you don't respond, they just consider it abandoned.
Hmm. Why so many? Does that mean that the people obviously couldn't move forward with the application?
It means multiple people tried to trademark it for multiple things. They all tried and failed.
Hmm.
So before you even try to trademark something, first thing you should do is see if anybody has ever been successful at it.
Yes.
Oh.
But not necessarily successful, but see if anyone has tried and failed. Because if you see
That's what
something
I'm
in there,
saying. Right.
yeah,
If they're
yeah,
successful, then you can't do it anyway. But if they've
right,
tried, then
yes.
you know not to waste your money because you don't get your money back.
You do not when you and it's $3.50 a pop, y'all. But yeah, you always want to do a search before you want to trademark something to make sure one, it's not already trademarked. Two, make sure nobody else has tried and they've just been denied. And three, just cross your T's and dot your I's. A lot of you have brands out here that you have not secured, and anybody can come at any time and sweep it up under you if you don't have your phrases protected, your brand names and things like that. So I encourage you to do that, especially before fees go up again. They went up a couple of years ago. Now they're eliminating the discounted application. So I think, and in the next year or two, we can probably expect the fee for the regular application to go up. Yeah.
This is crazy.
Okay, so we have reached an hour, and I like to keep the show at an hour. So, ladies, do you have any questions before we sign off for the evening?
I'm bamboozled.
Huh?
I'm bamboozled.
Hoodwinked. No, I
I
think
want
you
to.
covered everything.
Okay, I want to thank you guys for coming on and doing this with me. It's I love having the live audience and the live interaction. And people who are watching, please don't be shy. You are always welcome to come on here too and discuss any stories that you find are interesting. Again, I want to thank Janae from the Mason Jar and Nicole Butler from Planet Cape Cod, DC, for
Thank you.
coming
Thank
on
you.
and giving us
Oh, can I do it?
their perspectives on today's stories. We will be back here next week. Oh, thanks for hearts, guys.
Mine won't do it. And I don't know why, because it's a
My
15 Pro Max.
my hands are too chubby to make a real heart. It just looks like
It looks like a burger.
I can't do it.
um
Anywho.
but yes, thank you guys for joining me. People who are watching, if you missed any part of the show, please go rewatch. This will be up forever on whatever platform you're watching it on. Please follow the Mason Jar. Janae, put your tag so people can follow you. Please go follow the Mason Jar and Canada Cape Cod, DC. I will be back next
Thank
week with
you.
more stories. If you guys find anything that you would like me to talk about, any topics, please send it to me. Janae and Nicole, they send them to me all the time in the DMs. My other followers, they send them to me, and it lets me know what you guys want to learn about. And if you are in need of legal services to get your business legitimate, to protect your intellectual property, hit up your girl, Natalie Pierre Lewis. I am at NPL Consulting on Instagram, and my email is in the banner here, right by my name. So I will bid you all adieu. Take care of yourself. Bye, ladies.
Bye. Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys. Gotta end this. End.